In the quiet suburbs of a Spanish town, a story unfolds, one that challenges our understanding of genetics and showcases the unyielding power of a family's love. It begins with two identical twin sisters, Cayetana and Celia. Born just minutes apart, their early years were a blur of shared laughter, identical dresses, and inseparable adventures. In home videos, they are two halves of a whole, their futures seemingly mirrored and bright. But fate had a different, crueler script in mind for one of them. As they grew, a subtle yet devastating difference began to emerge. While Celia blossomed into a healthy, active child, her days filled with running, jumping, and the carefree joy of youth, Cayetana's body began to betray her. A strange stiffness took hold, her movements becoming progressively more restricted. The easy grace she once shared with her twin was replaced by a painful rigidity. The invisible wall of a rare disease was rising between them, a condition that would set their identical paths on a dramatic and heartbreaking divergence. This was the beginning of their family's journey into the world of a little-known and unforgiving illness. The unseen enemy was Progressive Osseous Heteroplasia, or POH, a cruel and relentless genetic disorder. In the simplest terms, POH turns the body against itself, causing bone to form where it shouldn't, in muscles, tendons, and other soft tissues. It's as if the body is slowly, piece by piece, encasing itself in a second skeleton, an internal prison of bone. For Cayetana, this meant a childhood stolen by pain and immobility. For her parents, it was a terrifying diagnosis that came with more questions than answers. In sterile hospital rooms, they would pore over medical charts with a dedicated researcher, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and determination as they confronted the reality of their daughter's condition. The heart of the mystery lay deep within their shared DNA. Both Cayetana and Celia carry the exact same mutation in the GNAS gene, the genetic flaw responsible for POH. This fact presented a bewildering paradox that baffled scientists. Why did the disease manifest so aggressively in Cayetana, while Celia remained completely untouched? It was a genetic coin toss of the cruelest kind. Researchers theorize it relates to which parent the mutated gene was inherited from and how it's expressed, a phenomenon known as genomic imprinting. In Cayetana, the faulty gene was switched on, triggering the runaway bone growth. In Celia, for reasons still not fully understood, it remained silent, a dormant threat locked away within her cells. Faced with the daunting reality of a disease with no cure and little research, Cayetana's parents refused to surrender to despair. They channeled their anguish into action, establishing a foundation dedicated to funding research and raising awareness for POH. Their lives became a whirlwind of organizing fundraisers, speaking at conferences, and connecting with the handful of other families across the globe affected by this ultra-rare condition. They were no longer just parents. They were advocates, warriors fighting on the front lines of a lonely battle, driven by the love for their daughter and the hope that a breakthrough was just around the corner. Today, the bond between Cayetana and Celia remains the family's anchor. Despite the physical limitations that constrain her, Cayetana's spirit shines brightly. In a quiet moment, she sits beside her vibrant sister, a gentle smile on her face as she reaches out to hold Celia's hand. It is a powerful tableau of resilience and love. One sister represents the cruel reality of the disease, the other, the tantalizing possibility of a healthy life that lies just beyond a scientific breakthrough. In their intertwined hands, they hold not just each other, but the unwavering hope that one day the fight will be won and the shadow of POH will be lifted for good.